Hi everyone, welcome back to Chalchitra Talks. मेरा नाम ध्रुव है and a very happy Diwali from me to all of you. In this week's recommendation, I want to talk about the Lex Friedman podcast and his episode with Dr. Michio Kaku. Lex Friedman is an MIT-based researcher on the field of AI and machine learning, and on the side, he has this really interesting podcast wherein he discusses everything about science, universe, behavioral psychology, biology with intellectuals from all walks of life, and the conversations are really intriguing and eclectic to say the least. I have been a huge fan of this podcast, and the episode that I want to talk about in this week's recommendation is his recording with Dr. Michio Kaku. Dr. Michio Kaku, if you don't know him, is one of the most renowned theoretical physicists working in the field of string theory. He is, again, a very interesting guy and breaks down the concepts for us in a very easy to understand and rather funny manner. So I always enjoy any and all of his talks that he has given, along with many books that he has also written about the sort of future of the human mind, future of the human civilization, and along those lines. Lex kind of takes the onus and responsibilities and asks Dr. Michio some of these pertaining questions, and we get to have a peek into his head and try and understand how he sees the world and how he sees us as the civilization evolving in the near and longer future. Lex kind of starts the conversation by asking him the question that if we are alone in this universe, or do we have company, and are there any more habitable planets in the universe, or is Earth the only place? Dr. Michio says that as of now, as of this present, we have already identified over 4,000 exoplanets which are capable of having environments close to what we have on Earth, and they are perfectly habitable for us as a species, or might as well have their own biodiversity popping up. As a physicist, Dr. Michio says they like to measure everything in energy and information, and it's very possible that the kind of technology that us as humans have right now is not capable enough to decipher or quantify the sort of communication channels that these civilizations are using. He goes on to kind of explain this a little bit further with the help of the Kardashev scale. The Kardashev scale, if you don't know, is a universally accepted scale of understanding the evolution of a certain civilization. So Carl Sagan, he tells, the world-renowned physicist and teacher, had calculated once and figured that Earth and human civilization was at the Kardashev scale 0.7, not even 1. Dr. Michio, as he is working in the field of string theory, likes to believe that we do not have just one single universe. However, there are multiple universes being created at any given point in time. Even right now, there are multiple universes being created as we speak, and our universe is only one of the multiple universes that are there in existence. So how's that as a food for thought? Another very interesting discussion that they sort of delve into is the sort of future human connectivity and interconnectedness that we can look out for. So he says that the traditional media as we know it right now would cease to exist in the near future. So as of now, how we understand and consume media is through audiovisual, and how we interact with the media is through our hands. We type and we interact with the media around us. However, he says that there would be an evolution of the internet age that we live in currently, and would move on to an age of BrainNet, wherein we would be able to communicate directly with anyone in the planet globally through just putting out our thoughts and emotions and just connecting with them on that level, which would kind of render every media interface that we know of completely pointless and useless. And we already see the sort of beginnings of that age with the brain machine interface that Elon Musk is working on, called as Neuralink. Which sort of tries to have this implant at the back of your head, and sort of puts these tiny electrodes, and then the brain machine interface is able to connect seamlessly and transmit data to and fro. So this, Dr. Michio Kaku says, is going to be the future of connectivity for us humans. And merging with an AI, he says, is almost a no-brainer, because after a point in time an AI would evolve to a point wherein it has an individuality to itself. It starts to understand that it is smarter than humans, and before it gets to that point, it's better to merge with that AI and be a cybernetically enhanced human, so to say. So it's a very interesting concept that he has, and I find it very fascinating, if a little painful. I don't know how to put it, but yes, that's the kind of ideas that Dr. Michio Kaku has to put forth. Ultimately, Lex musters up the courage and asks Dr. Michio about the one most pertinent question that all of us unanimously want to know, is that would we be ever able to figure out immortality, and would we be ever able to become immortal as a species? And again, here is what Dr. Michio had to say about it. So he feels and he believes that AI would have a huge role to play in figuring out the sort of elixir and the fountain of youth. A lot of the research on this front is already well underway. If you know about the Human Genome Project, which is this giant collaboration between the best institutes across the world, trying to map the human brain. And he says it's only a matter of time that an AI is powerful and efficient enough to crack the human genome code. And the A gene, which is actually the most crucial gene inside our mitochondria. And once we crack that puzzle, all of us, he says, would be carrying a genetic code of ourselves, and would be able to modify the kind of features and the kind of things we want in us and in our offsprings at the click of a button. So this is what Dr. Michio had to say about immortality, and specifically about genetic immortality. However, digital immortality is again something which is very much possible, because we have unprecedented amount of digital footprints in today's day and age. Our forefathers, he said, would be lucky if they had one mention in any of the religious text, or if they have attended any mass or prayer. Right now, even if we sneeze, we have a digital footprint of it. So he says that makes it so much easier for these technical or these Silicon Valley organizations to sort of put that digital footprint and make a digital avatar of us, which is very real. And we are soon approaching that phase wherein we would have a non-distinguishable digital avatar of ourselves. And that is Dr. Michio's take on immortality as a whole. Lex Fridman podcast in general has a couple of really interesting conversations and gems in them. We have conversations with Elon Musk, Eric Weinstein. We have a very, very special conversation that he has with his father, which is actually one of my favorite episodes from this series. And do let me know in the comment section below if you would want me to cover any other episodes from this podcasts. If you do end up liking this episode, do hit the like button. And this is it from me for this week, guys. I will be back next week with more recommendations like these. Till then, take care, be safe, and bye-bye.